popular people understanding and not market.
Good morning, everyone. We'd like to welcome Mr. ILYA GUSSAKOV, one of the very renowned analytic coach of the world. He is Olympic 2020 team coach of Kazakhstan. He has been part of the national team, including FINA Open Water World Championship for last 10 years. He have come to India and give his presentation in terms of analytic analysis in many parts of the country. Welcome, sir.
Thank you for good introduction. Sorry for little problems we're set up, but it's all good. I'm happy that we have opportunity to share our knowledge. I'm happy to show something interesting which I have found in past 10 years, I think. So today I'm going to speak about starts, turns, and maybe a little bit about finishes. I'm understanding that many coaches in this chat today has a lot of experience in swimming and coaching, and I will not try to speak about basic things. I will try to show you what I have found, something interesting, because we always looking for something new, for something why other people are faster than like teammates or someone. So this animation, this is just start of my presentation. Honestly, I haven't ever teach anyone any good backstroker, just the kids. And what I found in backstroke start, there is not that much mistakes or special techniques or something. It's usually either you have this backstroke, either not. And it's mostly about good power of your legs and a good start. So, and it's rare to see how kids are jumping good, doing good backstroke. So, but more interesting is about to track and field start, this type of start. So this is Dmitry Balandin, just from, he's an Olympic champion. And this is just regular start from practice. We just filmed it without any preparation. So many swimmers tend to look forward, as he does. He's looking forward and then sending his arm from down. So there is few different types of sending arms down or bending elbows or high. You all well know about this. And I care more, what I'm looking always about in start is not about how high you jump, how far you jump. It's more about how good your entrance is, because for example, this girl can jump like only 10 centimeters less than him or 15 centimeters less than him. Okay, people, let's finish this thing. She can jump much less than this. Wait. She can jump not that far as he jumped. She can jump like right here, for example. But I care more about entrance, how good and efficient entrance is. So if we look at him, he's 2 meter high, which is, I think, 7 feet tall. So, and it's important to have a good entrance in one point, in one stable point. If we look at his position, he's quite efficient right now. And usually people have head drop down or core is not tight enough. So this is just an example of good start. I want you to show that the best start in the world today is this guy. Everyone see, this is 100-meter freestyle video from last world championship.
Nikita, can you please put your phone in, put you in mute?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'll do it.
So this is lane 4, Caleb Dressel. He's from United States. I think everyone knows him, and he has the best start today, mostly underwater. This is 100 freestyle, and we see that first 15 meters, when he reached first 15 meters mark, he is always a half body length ahead of everyone. So, and this all swimmers at top level. So, but he is always winning first 15 meters, half of body length. It's a lot. It's a lot in fast speed. That's really, really fast, a fast start. He has 15 meters in 5 seconds, 5.3, I think. He's the fastest one. So, but if we look at his start, there is nothing special. He doesn't do anything, so he has, his recovery arms are from the top, like that, but it's mostly about his power of his legs. So if we look at his entrance, it's also so clear, yeah. And let's take a look at a different video. This video is more showing us, he even has a mistake, I would say. Why he's that fast? Because his range of movement for dolphin kick, it's quite wide. It's really wide and really powerful. He's kicking really fast and really hard. Because if we look at most swimmers are trying to do small range of movement and really fast, but he's doing opposite. His range is too wide and big. So if we look here, this is from their national championship start. If we look at his down leg, it's even relaxed when he's going into the water. It's even relaxed, and look at his legs. It looks like they're not stable, and his core is not that tight enough. So that means even he has a fastest start in the world, but he still has a mistake. I want to mention that I think you will never find, from this angle is better to see. Look, he is relaxed. When he's going into the water, he's relaxed. His legs are relaxed. That means he has a big power in his legs to just throw himself forward. He's just jumping forward. It's all about track and field. It's all about dryland trainings, about jumping, about improving your start, using some theorics, using some 4D Pro trainer. It's art of coaching. However, you can like do the same motion in a dry land as a start to force your muscles to work on. It's better for your athletes. So we understand that his start is the best in the world, but he still has some mistakes. If we look at here, he's not that streamlined and good. So that means in next decade, swimming is so interesting. Just like the last decade was Michael Phelps, and everyone was thinking no one gonna beat him. So, but now we see that Caleb Dressel has set the records, and Christoph Milek set the records of Michael Phelps. I think last World Championship, 3 Michael Phelps records has been for. Okay, so as I told you about interesting things in the world, who has done something interesting, please stop drawing. So this is video from Race Club. They're located in California, and they done some research, and this is this research about sending leg high up. So they talking about, and it's so reasonable to send your back leg high more aggressively with this and then connect down leg to the upper leg. So it looks like more like this. And also about recovery, his recovery is so reminding butterfly. He's sending his arm forward, and if we look at the start in general, so he's quite far, he's going quite far. And I want you to, let me clear the screen. He's also looking forward, and if we look at this this moment, he has recovery like in a butterfly, and he's sending his leg high upwards. So that helps him to transfer the speed more forward like this. So this is not so regular. Many swimmers are trying to do it now, especially sprinters, because this start is more powerful. I see in the world many Brazilian swimmers trying to learn this technique, trying to fly like this, trying to start, because this is quite new one. So, and we understand that they reach the point, he reached the point here, and he just going into the water quite far. And then I don't like his position here, because his core is not tight enough, not like I showed you Dressel or Dima. So, but still his jump is quite efficient. So the way how you teach it, you just can ask athletes to stand and throw his legs up in this way. Just throw, just let them feel how to what it should feel like when you're starting. And also another good drill to do it is to sending to jump with the ball. You're holding the ball and ask them to kick the ball, and that way you force the athletes to feel that they're sending their leg up high. So it looks like this. Actually, there is many other ways to teach it. It's all about coaching art. It's all about how you understand this drill. But this thing is useful. I mean the ball. We try to do it, and harder they kick. Example, look at this guy, how's kicking. He's not that, he's just touching the ball, and look at this guy, he's kicking quite fast, and his start is a little bit better than previous guy, right? So this is good drill to teach athletes to jump this type of start. This is like leg kick start, they call it. There is no special name for this start, but many swimmers are trying to do it. So you also can use some weight belts. If you have the weight belts, like fitness weight belts, if you put it around the ankle right here, just to ask them to throw higher with the weight belts. And also, I like the drills to when swimmers are jumping with some weight belts around the ankles, or with some dumbbells holding in hands, to force them to send their arms and to send their legs forward or high. So we usually think how to teach the start is and also philosophy of teaching. I mean, let's not say not teaching, let's say more fixing mistakes. If you're teaching kids, you're probably just explaining and trying to help them to understand the technique. But if you're fixing some problems with, for example, this kind of athlete, they're quite old, you probably need to make something worse. You need to make their technique worse. For example, if they're not, if he's holding this leg down and he cannot lift that leg up, So I would probably put the weight belt around his ankle. It will be more down. And that way he will feel that it's not comfortable for him to have that heavy leg, and he will start to work. He will start to force his muscles to sending up, okay? Because if you're helping to lift it or something, it will not work. So I would say this start for him is quite efficient, quite good, but a little bit aggressively sending his leg up, and he will be better. So very nice entrance. And also they did some research of with leg kick, how speed changing, but it's all about entrance. So there's showing that only few cases, only one start of this and one start of that, but for good science, for good, it's actually could be a good topic for someone, for some student or who has some articles. Try to make a research of with leg kick group start and without the leg kick. So I don't like his entrance. His entrance is quite wide. I usually measure the entrance of arms where arms enter it and the legs, and compare it to the body length. So in this case, it's like half of body length, but I like to see more than like this, more wider. So, and we see that his speed, this is velocity, it was 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, even sometimes it was 5 when full body gets in, and then again 4, 3, 2, and it's going down more and more, and then dolphin kick, he's starting the dolphin kick. So without leg kick, it was quite the same, because actually I think they done it in the same day. They just taught him to dump like that, and then they started to do some analysis. We actually it's need time to see the result. If you teach something new technique, you understand it well. If you explain it something to athlete, month or 2 months, you have to wait. You have to always point some mistakes, some new changes in technique, and then you see the result. But in this case, we see. I even like his entrance a little bit more. He has the same velocity, 3, 4, sometimes it's 5. He reached 5, yeah, he reached 5 here. And then it's more comfortable for him now. So this is actually what I want you to share about start. There is nothing that so many ways to do it correctly or incorrect. So, but this type of start is, I think it's a future start for the leg kick. If you look at this, I think at this point, he's sending his body so far in, and his entrance is quite. If you add the good entrance to his start, he'll be the fastest, I think, starter in the world. So if you have any question, how we do Q&A, questions about start at the end of the lecture, I will continue to turns. Let me clear the screen again. Is anyone? Okay. Turns are quite important for us. Turns are really important. Just a second. Okay, this is just regular turn from, this is average swimmer. average swimmer. She's 16 years old, and who is writing some things. Let me. Okay. So this is just a regular turn. There is nothing that much that more problems with flip turn. So, but with touch and push turn, it's all about sending their knees to the chest as fast as they can. So this is, I would like to say, good position because she's quite small. Her body, she's in one small round. She's sending her knees close to her chest so fast. Actually, this movement is so hard to do because you have to have a good core muscles. Not that much swimmers, average swimmers can do it. So many of them are arching their back, are sending their pelvis down, but it's all about when you touch the wall, the first thing you have to do is sending the knees close to the chest as fast as you can, and then you spin. You spin to the comfortable shoulder for you, to the comfortable side for you. So, and also I usually look at the head position. So if it's quite low, if it's enough time to take a breath, it's usually enough for them. So, and I like to mention that we need to have turn less than 1 second. So let me measure her. This is her touch. So, and then when she push, let's say this is push, 1.10. 1.10 is a good turn. Is a good turn for practice. For average swimmer, for average athlete, 1.10 is okay turn, because if you calculate it in 200, for example, or even in 100, many swimmers doing is more than 2 seconds. Many swimmers more than 2.5, sometimes it's even 3. They usually relaxed at the turns. They usually take it easy because it's like the mark when you can relax. So you actually have to mention that you must do it fast. So many drills to teach. We use. Let me to send the knees close to the chest faster. Sometimes I use socks. These socks are quite useful. Not only for turns, it's also for forcing the leg work, kick work, and sometimes we use parachute. We also have parachute. You all know parachute, but it's placed to the feet. So what we need to do is actually force them to. Sometimes it's a weight belt. Sometimes it's like fitness weights about the ankle. But with the socks, it's also a good one, because this is dragging, and it's harder for athlete to bring their knees closer to the chest. So this is the one example of doing it fast. So first of all, you teach the right technique for athlete. They just understand the motion. For example, kid, they're understanding how it should be, how it must be done, and then you started to improve it. And they are improving always only in one way, when they feel uncomfortable. You have to create uncomfortable position for athlete. You have to create something which is not. They have to fight. They have to fight against something. So if you make it easier, if I give her fins, for example, no, fins is not a good example. You understand what I mean. For example, when kid is not kicking so good, when they're not kicking, where they lazy kicker, we tend to give them fins, like to force it. So, but also you have to resist. You have to put the socks, or this could be just regular socks if you can hold them. So to make them force the motion, you have to make them forcing. This swimming itself, it's easy sport, I would say. They are not focused. They are not focused in the water. It's nothing dangerous for them at the moment. Right now she's swimming and nothing dangerous. She doesn't have to work 100% on. So the same thing with underwater kick. Look how slow it is because of the socks. So take a note to use the socks during the practices. It's really good drill. Another drill to improve this turn, it's use a short cord. We usually do it quite often. You place a short cord and ask them do it fast. They do it like fast, turn 5-10 turns, and they're good. They really tired after 5-10 turns. It's just a short cord, but you can use any cord, just like make it short. It's actually art of coaching, how you understand it. Sometimes we put a wall here. We have, like, thinnest wall to do some fast turns. So this is just an example of doing, because I think, I'm not explaining you the technique of how to teach the kids to do the turns, because I think you all understand how to do it. We always looking for how to do it better, how to do it the best. So about freestyle turn, there is the flip turn in backstroke, and it's also you either have it or not. There is not that much mistakes in this type of turn, but it just should be fast. So this lady is doing well, good turn. It's also about, I would say, all turns have to be tight. Athletes have to be so small. If you so much open, I would say your feet are a little bit late. It should be, I would like to see like this. So a little bit faster, a little bit, spin it as fast as you can, and then push as hard as you can. So it's just an easy, and it's an easy motion. I think and it's also fun. It's fun for kids to teach. I think this is almost the first motion they thought they done, because it's funny to do somersault, and many swimmers don't have that much mistakes in this type of turn. But most important is hold this arm here. Sometimes some swimmers are doing with double arm, they take a like butterfly stroke and then they spin. But most important to have the freestyle motion, and then you hold the arm and then you connect another arm to the body, and then both of your arms are holding here, because you know how kids are doing. Sometimes they do some weird motion. They do some like sculling or trying to hold the stability. So, but there is in this type of turn, the arms are not doing anything. I mean, it's just like stable and push. So good drill to improve this kind of turn is a paddle, to use the paddles. So if you're holding, so she's holding the, look at the paddle. It's just a regular paddle. She just places the paddle on the forehead, and because of pressure, the paddle is stable. This is good drill for also for breathing technique, for take a breath, because if they are not correct, if they don't take a breath correctly, the paddle will fall. So, she can, and actually with this type of, look, if she's doing correct motion, if she's just spinning correctly, trying to holding the paddle, because if she does some weird things, the paddle will fall off. So, and this is flip and then touch, then push, and paddle is quite stable on a forehead, and then you continue to swim. So this is quite great drill for many swimmers. First of all, because of holding the right position for head, because if you're like wiggling head, if you look at the swimmer, sometimes they're looking somewhere. Many swimmers are looking like downwards or hands, and if head is not stable, actually the technique is not stable as well. So try to use this drill with your swimmers. And this like more advanced drill to do the flip turn, but it's possible. It's possible. Sometimes I challenge the athletes to swim 300, or who can longer swim the paddle on the forehead doing flip turns. So sometimes it's 300, 400, 800. So it's up to them. And I think I didn't show you one more type of start free flex man paddle. Okay, strong push. So this one is a good drill as well. Just ask swimmers, don't do anything after push. Just glide as far as you can. It's a good game for them as well. You just mark, for example, she glided till third white mark, and then if it's teamwork, they starting to compete to each other, who's faster, who's farther, and they actually focus on good push. It's all about push as well. And many swimmers are starting to, because common mistake, they're starting to kick at this point. Once they pushed, they started to kicking. But if we look at the speed, the first few kicks are not useful. You even drop the speed. Actually, after turn, you have to glide for like 1 second, and then you catching your speed with a dolphin kick. So let's see this turn. I think she's gliding. Yeah, like, but many swimmers are pushing and then they start to kick fast. So it's better because this motion is much more faster and much more powerful than the underwater kick. You push from the wall is a lot faster, a lot powerful than just you kicking. So actually this is all about turns. About finishes, there's not that much to tell. I mean, it's all about trainings. It's all about physiology. It's all about how they hold. We actually, for example, the swimming is not about like start. It's not about, for example, turn. It's all about like finish. Like this average, she's average swimmer, and if she's in the final of Olympic Games, she actually will be with every swimmer first 25. Actually, that means her speed and underwater and etc. is good, but the gold goes to the winner who is faster at the last 15 meters. To finish good, it's the last 15 meters. It's all about training. So it's all about your physiology. It's all about how you how you can hold the breath, how you can fight against, how your lactate fatigue, lactate exceed, how you can work on it. It's all about trainings, but technically finishes are the same. Many swimmers are just holding the breath, so you all will know about this. Let's move on to Q&A maybe. I think we have 15 minutes to Q&A, right?
Q&A, right?
Ilya, because we had some disturbances, we had the technical team extend the session a bit. So in case you want to show anything, particularly there are people who are asking about the backstroke start.
Well, the backstroke, I want to be honest, I didn't coach any good backstroker. I didn't show, well, I don't have that much experience in backstroke start, but what I can see, I can show you a good backstroke starter. Let me try to find it quick.
Yeah, you could point out a few important things in the backstroke start.
Man, that means the day before. We can only one start good. I like only one good start, backstroke start from a Russian guy. Let me show you him. No, lane 5. Let me see it now. Yeah, lane 4. I mean, backstroke start is all about underwater. It's so hard to jump with from this position. You actually, because this is not so natural. I mean, the jump itself is not that natural because it's from full squat. You have to jump high and fast from full squat, and this is naturally not so not so good. I think people are not jumping from that position. For example, this one, if you ask the athlete to jump from full squat from that position, it's not that powerful. I usually like more position like this because it's more naturally big. We have to we have to learn from other sports. We have to look at the track and field, at the basketball or volleyball or any other sports where jumps are more important. You will never find the basketball player who was running with the ball, comes against to the net, and then comes again to the basket, and make a full squat with this position, and then jump. It's never high. It's never will be high. They usually jump from 90 degrees angle. 90 degrees, they keep 90 degrees of knee angle, and then they jump. So, but first, like these two guys are full squat, and it's so hard to jump from full squat. But the backstroke start is all about underwaters. Underwaters are more important because they got problems with backstroke start during 2 World Championship. So if we look at this guy, he is actually, for example, faster than him. He's faster than him because of start, but because of underwater backstroke technique, backstroke kick, he'll be the fastest one. So I will show you, I mean, the turns and etc. I'll show you interesting thing now. So if you look at this, this is actually also part of next lesson. We will talk about some race analysis and some technologies in swimming today. So if we look at speed, this is 200-meter backstroke from Budapest, Hungary. It was FINA Champion Swim Series last year, May, almost a month ago. He swam 155, but if we look at these four peaks are interesting because usually swimmers don't reach that fast speed from start. This is speed curve. So start itself is the fastest part of our swimming, but turns are not so fast sometimes. But this guy always has after each turn, he always almost reached the same speed as on a start. That means his underwater kick are so fast. So only at the last turn he couldn't reach that. If I make an example to compare it, let me compare and show you how average swimmer are doing this. 200. Do I have any 200s? It's a girl. Any twos? Let's take a look here. So yeah, this is a clear example. It's a 200 butterfly. It's a 200 butterfly. 158 is quite a good speed, but if we look here, it's an even butterfly where underwater dolphin kick are so fast. 250 for the start, and then turn. They almost never reach the same speed from as they do on the start. But that guy, he has the fastest underwater kick. So what I recommend to focus, because it's the backstroke start is all about you either have it or not. You're jumping almost the same as everyone. Everyone has almost quite similar backstroke start, but it's more about how efficient your underwater is. If you slow underwater, you probably will never reach the others. But if you're fast, like if we look at here, like second turn, backstroke turn, this is that guy who has the fastest underwater kick from 200 meter. It doesn't look like that here because it's World Championship. I think he was third or second. I don't remember exactly. Yeah, he was second. ILYA was first. Okay, it's all about backstroke start. Backstroke start, it's all about dolphin kick. It's all about underwater kick. Start, we have to be honest, we just need maybe more studies in that, because what I understand is not efficient to jump from full squat, because it's naturally it's not a good motion. If you ask your athlete to make a full squat and jump vertical, to make a vertical jump, they will not be that fast. So, but still, we need to think how to activate the muscles to jump from the full squat as well. Okay, maybe any other questions?
Okay. Ilya, thank you for explaining with all those lovely videos. And Partha and I will be looking at the questions, and we'll do a 2-2, Partha. I don't see too many questions right now, so we can do a 2-2.
Okay.
I'll take the first one. Somebody is asking, what's the right technique for a crossover turn for an IM event as per FINA to avoid disqualification?
The from backstroke to breaststroke?
I guess that's what they mean.
Well, there is the new type of turn. There's a new type of turn when they sending their legs from the side. But I think actually this is, in my opinion, this is 200 IM, and that turn need to be done more precisely. Whatever comfortable for you to touch, one hand touch, and then you spin, and then you go down. So what I ask athletes not to create anything so fancy, not to try. You gotta think of how to win during the race, how to win time during the race, because this motion, this turn from backstroke to breaststroke, it's quite difficult, and you can be disqualified for that if you do it incorrect. If you do it, for example, like a flip turn, many swimmers like do it now is a flip turn. So usually I ask people to understand that they have reached the limit of speed of during the race, and then you can work on that type of turn, because it's usually more potential during the distance. You have to work on your distance first, and then to add this type of really difficult turn, actually.
Thank you, Ilya.
So this is my opinion.
Okay, I'll put the second question. Someone has asked the duration of the underwater with respect to different events. How can a coach determine what's the optimum point?
We usually try to build a model. We call it race model. Let me try to find it really quick. Let me see what she planning. So it's all about actually your part of coaching. So for example, if we look 100 meter, if a plan, you try to understand your athlete, what they must do, what they have to do for swimming. You take your time, sit and think how many strokes. For example, this is, I give it to an athlete. For example, we are planning 102, but she has already reached that. So that means she has to go 29 in and 32 out. And this is the duration, the meters underwater, according to video analysis, or just your understanding. Just, it's hard, you need to understand it's hard to do all 15 meters from each wall. So, and for example, here from after start, she's doing 10 kicks, and she understands that 10 kicks is enough for 15 meters, and then she can break out and do 20 strokes, for example. And then after turn, it's still 10 kicks, but it's not going to be 14 meters. It's 12 meters and then 23 strokes. So try to, it's all individually. I cannot tell that one guy, everyone has to do 14 meters or everyone has to do 10 kicks. It depends on the athletes. It depends on the level. It depends on water feeling. So, but if you sit and think of what is the better for this athlete, what is going to work for him, what is advantage, disadvantage, how many, it's just a practice. Try to do, but we usually set up the numbers of kick during underwater. They understand after start, 10 kick, after turn, 9 kick, or for example, etc. And when they go to the competition, they already understand how many kicks they have to do, how many strokes they have to do, and the length of strokes, like we do here, stroke length, stroke rate, where stroke rate here, I think, yeah, stroke rate is there. So it's all individually. It's all individual individual to each athlete, to the coach. It's hard to tell you must do 12 kicks, for example. You just need to look at the athlete. If it's good motion, if they're fast, you might do 9, 10, close to 14 meters. Or if you don't have a good kick, if your kick are horrible, maybe reasonable to break out earlier, maybe reasonable to just do 5 kicks and go to swim, because rather than spend time with slow underwater kick. Okay, let's move on
Thank
next.
you very much. Partha, can you take the next two?
Yeah, it's nice explanation, Elias. So one of the question is, what kind of angle of entry you propose to maximize the acceleration inside the water?
Angle
of entry of body compared to the water surface.
Well, I wouldn't say that much about that. So it's interesting to do some research. It's interesting to find some methods of coaching, but I've done that before a lot. Trying to identify the talent and etc. Who is the better, and who is the worst. But then we understand that the swimming is so young sport, and we have to focus. Swimming is not a science. It's not a rocket science. It's more like art. The sport is more like art, because you need to be more creative. You need to focus on coaching first. You need to focus on telling some, like, psychology is most important part as well. It's actually if it will be like a truly scientist, truly understanding of like body weight and etc. We might organize, for example, in India, it will be not that much difficult to find exactly the right size, right body weight. The kids, send them to the group, make some Excel sheet and give it to them, describe like what they have to eat, what time they have to wake up, what time they have to go to the swimming pool, etc. They follow this program and then they take the gold medal. No, it doesn't work like that. It's all about like individual process. It's all about finding talents. It's all about coaching is not an Excel sheet. I can create the hundreds of this, but it doesn't work for one athlete, for other athlete. So I wouldn't say that we use that much. I use that much research in that.
Thank you. The other question is, what are your views about grab start?
Grab start?
Yeah, grab start, both leg forward. What are your views about that?
Well, it's slow. It's old one. We are changing. It's actually there is no. It's not natural motion as well. I mean, for the start, if you stand and just jump, you'll jump further than if you, for example, run and jump from one leg. One leg is always better. One leg is always better. So the both leg aligned grab start is quite old school, and I think not that much swimmers are doing that not right now. It's better to have wedge. I know that many swimming pools don't have any wedges, but actually it depends on coaches. You can build the block on top of the block with the wedge, and actually, but it's old school. My opinion is old school. We have to teach kids with track and field start.
Thank you. Monal sir, do you want to take the questions?
But I couldn't spot ones which were really
Yes, there are some
interesting
questions
or
like what should be the head position. He have already explained the head position, so I don't want to ask him the basics.
so.
Sorry, I didn't get any one question.
Yes, Ilya, just give us a second because we're not really able to identify some really nice questions.
Another thing is, what do you think when you're taking a track start, which leg needs more power, the front leg or the rear leg? That's one of the question asked by one of the participants.
Back leg is actually creating the forward motion, the forward actually accelerating the speed forward. The start itself starting from back leg. The first signal which you have to send to from your brain to your body is pushing the back leg. If you push the back leg, sometimes as a drill, I ask them to just stand and just to kick the wedge, just kick the wedge, just feel that you have to work with that leg. You have to kick, you have to push. So this is more important, but the second leg, the front leg, it actually creates, because if we look at because I will answer that question a little bit later. This is okay to finish with hybrid stroke, because this leg is the position of second leg is more natural, is more faster, because again, it's not a full squat. It's just a like 75, 80, maybe even less, 60 degrees, and it's more explosive. This motion is more explosive. Actually, the back leg helps you to send your body to this position, like here, like there. And the front leg is actually sending you forward more, even catch the speed from back and then sending you forward. Because this, to jump from this angle, it will be more powerful than jump from, it's less than 90 degrees from almost full squat. So there is some repeatable question. Is it okay to finish with hybrid stroke with dolphin kick? Because in Alton Games, Michael Klimov finished 100-meter freestyle relay. Finish with dolphin kick? No, you will be disqualified. Freestyle relay. No, if you do some dolphin kick, you'll be disqualified.
You see a question, and we've seen that often as coaches also, that children tend to glide into the turn, and so how do you recommend that coaches should teach the correct number of strokes before they go into the turn?
It's also, well, they gliding to the turn. That means they actually
misjudge and or they slow down before going into the turn because they misjudge the distance.
Well, this is actually our problem. This is actually the problem. Kids are relaxed in the water. Well, how to teach? Also use some parachute, use some cord to force them, use maybe some fence, but it's not that problem is the same problem not only in turns, in any stroke, in swimming. We actually, this is swimming pool of University of Southern California in the United States, and we were training there for almost a year, and divers, high diving. They were training next to us, and I asked them, what is the level difference of your level performance during practice and during competition? What is the difference? So they answered that the level of their performance is almost equal. Sometimes during the practice, they even more better than during competition. They used to they like to finish some elements, some jump in a practice, and then they show it in a competition. But comparing to swimming, it's high. It's a lot of difference. It's really big difference to training performance to the competition performance. When we come to competition, we always much faster than during trainings. So that means kids are not focused. The swimming itself is not dangerous sport. For kid, nothing dangerous. They swimming, and if your coach is yelling, if the coach is watching, they will do it. But when you turn your head or you just not look at the kid, they don't do anything. They don't focus. So why I'm telling about the high divers, because when they go to the 10-meter platform and when they're jumping, the kid is not thinking about the coach. I mean, they don't think that coach watching or not. They never go easy. They cannot jump easy from 10-meter platform, because if they go easy, they get smashed, right?
It's very dangerous.
Very dangerous. For swimming, nothing dangerous. They can go easy. They're okay, turn, okay, I'll go easy. Nothing scares me, nothing dangerous, right? So this is the problem of swimming, I would say. They relaxed. They swimming, singing. If you calculate, if you in some way you can calculate how much they thinking of swimming during swimming, I think it will be like 10%. They're usually singing some songs. They're usually thinking of some daily routine, of some cartoons or schools or friends during swimming. That's why I also like to send the kids to the gymnastic. If you look at gymnastic, you can see the small kid, like 12 years old, 13 years old girl. She's really focused. I like to look at, to watch some Olympic games or world championships. You see the small kid, 14, 15 years old. And if you look at their eyes and face, they're really focused and they understand what they're doing. Well, yeah.
There are a lot of questions, Ilya, on can you recommend dry land exercises for turns and starts? Many people are asking if there's some exercises they could recommend for or do for dry land exercises for starts and turns.
Well, for backstroke, I do. Let me just try to find it really quick. I just need some. If I will be able to find it. Where is that? No, let me prepare this videos and I will show it to you, because now I think it will be. Maybe I will find it now, real quick.
We have 10 minutes, don't worry.
Have 10 minutes? Oh, yeah. So this one could be done. So this could be a good one for backstroke. So she's just like throwing the ball backward. So this is just like an example of forcing kids to just send the arms back to just jump. If this is like TRX, this like TRX Pro, it's called 4D Pro. It actually has some resistance. We also do the same with track and field start. You just turn the athlete, and you ask to jump forward and to throw you the ball forward. It's all of art. It's all of your creativity. Whatever you can you can find, whatever works for you, whatever works for this athlete. For example, she's backstroker, but she